Yo, what is going on, dudes? Hopefully everyone is doing okay. So we are back to talk more about the SV650S. This time we're going to be talking about these, the handlebars. So if you saw my last video, it was about whether the SV650 was a good first bike or not. So I'll leave a link up in the corner if you want to go and check that out. One thing I mentioned in the video was about the clip-ons. Alright, clip-ons are just not for me. I just couldn't get used to them. I couldn't ride them for long journeys and stuff like that. So I've done a bit of research and it turns out that you can get handlebar conversion kits just like this one. So we got this done a few days ago. Oh my god, what a difference, dudes, what a difference. So why change the handlebars? For you, clip-ons might be absolutely fine. You might settle into them and never have one issue. For me, I didn't have an issue with the clip-ons themselves. They were okay at shorter journeys, but once you were kind of on the bike for, you know, an hour plus or whatever, it was, yeah, I mean, they weren't too comfortable. But again, dudes, that is just me. You know, I do have elbow and wrist problems, so that wasn't ideal. But this isn't the one and only kit you can buy. This was just a kit that I managed to get my hands on. There are multiple companies out there that do them. There are different brands of bars and things that you can get on them. I'll give you a quick rundown of what's on it, what comes with this specific kit, and then we'll go and try and find somewhere to park and I'll show you a bit closer, go over everything. So the top yoke itself is pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Black top yoke allows you to put the straight bars on it. This one has a very nice little SV logo engraved in it, which I think is really cool. It's made by a company called ABM, and in terms of the bars, we've got the Renthal 750S. They're ultra low bars, that's what they're called, 758 ultra low. You get ultra low, low, medium and high. I don't know if you get any higher than high, but I mean high, the high bars are pretty damn high. And one thing you'll also need with these bars is a set of bar ends. Because they're thinner than the clip-ons, you need to change the bar ends. So these bar ends are made by a company called R&G. I'll leave all this in the description and you go and check it out. And with this specific kit, we got extended throttle and brake cables, which was nice. We had to reroute some cables, like electric cables and things like that, had to be rerouted a little bit. So when I say we, what I actually mean is my brother. It was my brother that done it. We took this over to his workshop and he converted it for me. So it took about, it was about 3.5 to 4 hours altogether. There was a few wee snags here and there, just kind of, you know, bolts and rerouting stuff, but apart from that, everything went on the way it should. I kind of wish I'd taken before and after pictures, you know, of me sitting on the bike. That way you could see the riding position with the clip-ons and then with the new bars, so you've got a rough idea. But one thing I can tell you is you're a lot more upright. If I get a chance, I'll see if I can find a big window somewhere. Try and get a reflection so you can see the difference. But the main reason everybody switches to these bars for comfort in those longer journeys. So how comfortable is it? They are so comfortable. They are really comfortable, dudes. But honestly, within, you know, a matter of minutes of jumping onto this bike, I knew it was the right decision. And we rode it back from the workshop, which it took about an hour and a half because of traffic. It was kind of rush hour. And I got back, there wasn't one ache, there wasn't one pain, there was no discomfort whatsoever. So if you're having problems with clip-ons like I did, where it's uncomfortable and causing a bit of kind of pain and cramping, definitely an option to look into, dudes. Especially if it means, you know, not selling your beloved bike. You know, if you've got a bike that you love, like I absolutely love this SV, it was just the clip-ons. You know, so if you're in the same sort of position where it's, I really don't want to get rid of my bike, but it's uncomfortable to ride because of the handlebars or whatever, then look into a conversion kit. When I was doing my research for this conversion kit, you can get this sort of thing for almost any bike. I was looking at forums and people were doing it to GSX-Rs, they were doing it to Triumphs, you know, they were even doing it to Suzuki Bandits, you know, changing the bars and the Bandits for the Renthal 758s. And then that might mean that you can keep your bike that you love and it turns it into a more comfier bike to ride. And one thing I've definitely noticed is it is a lot easier to ride. Definitely handles better, and I've found that my cornering has gotten a little bit better, whether it's just that extra confidence that's came with these new bars or what, I don't know. I definitely feel that my riding's improved just in the last few days, just with having something that I'm more confident and more familiar with. One of the biggest problems for me with the clip-ons, and I know it was down to myself, you know, it was rider skill, you know, I'm absolutely fine with that. I didn't have to do too many U-turns, but doing the kind of tight, slow manoeuvre turns to get out of car parks and whatever, I just found it really difficult, dude. But having these, oh my god, what a difference, man. Oh my god, I've been practicing my U-turns at my little industrial estate car park and stuff, and it has been awesome, dude. What a difference. And just the all-out handling of the bike in general, no, I feel like I can lean it over a bit more, you know, counter steering's a lot easier. You know, if it's something you can do yourself, you know, do it on a weekend or something on your day off, then go for it. You know, if you're that kind of mechanically minded to kind of do that sort of thing. I'm not, so that's why I got my brother to do it, because he's a bike mechanic. You know, it just made sense. I would just absolutely brutalise this thing. I wouldn't know what the hell to do. And in terms of wind, I don't really notice much difference. You know, you're only about, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 inches higher, so you're not a great deal higher. You know, you can still get your head down, so it's a lot of fun, dude. It is honestly, oh, best decision I've made with this bike. Oh, what a cracking day, man. Even just cruising around these little twisties, you know, 45 miles an hour. Just, it's so much fun with these new bars, dude. Another thing that's worth considering is the foot pegs. Personally, it didn't make any difference to me. I was kind of thinking, would it make a difference, you know, just with a different riding position? You know, would you have to lower them or whatever? Because I know you can lower pegs to a certain degree, can't you? But for me, it was absolutely fine. There was no need to change anything. You know, I'm about 5'9". You know, so I'm still quite comfortable where my feet are on the pegs, so I didn't feel like there's a need to adjust anything. So head down to our old stomping ground at the industrial estate. Hopefully there won't be too many learners there and we can have a wee look about the bike. There's quite a lot of windows and stuff down there as well. So I'll try and get a reflection of the seating position. It might look kind of odd, I don't know. I kind of wish I'd thought to take a photograph, especially after, so you could see the difference in the riding position. Now that we're stopped, you can see Renthal bars 758s. Renthal are nice enough to give you a little chart, which is cool, so you can get everything lined up so it's nice and straight, nice and even, so you've got a nice balanced set of handlebars. One thing I did read about while I was doing a bit of research into these was I saw quite a few people complaining about higher speeds, you know, when you're on the motorway or on the highway, you know, doing 60-70 miles an hour on the motorway. It tends to make the bike more unstable. They're saying that it felt more stable with the clip-ons. To be honest with you, I've not found that. You know, I've been on the motorway quite a few times with it. You know, doing 65-70 miles an hour, absolutely fine, you know. I've not found it unstable at all. Oh, windows, look, windows. Let's see if we can get a shot. Yeah, I don't know if you caught that on GoPro or not. How busy are we? Oh, I think we're nice and quiet. Yeah, we're alright. We'll try and pass this window on the way out, see if we can get a look at the riding position for you. This is the 758s. These ones are in grey. I think you can get them like black, gold, red, all sorts of colours. With the ends, these are RNG bar ends. Pretty sure you can get different bar ends to fit. That's with the actual yoke itself. It's pretty nice. Made by a company called ABM. You can see it. There's an SV logo on it, which looks really cool. It also came with the extended throttle cables and the braided brake cables. And you also get a little bolt to attach your brake reservoir. As you can see down there, I don't know if you can see it or not. Nice new brake lines on it. So that was everything that came with this kit. The top yoke, the extended accelerator, brake lines, all the fittings for the brake reservoir, and obviously all fittings and things that you need, like your bolts and stuff like that. The bars are obviously separate. You could probably find a company that does it all in one package, but these bars themselves aren't a part of this deal, neither are the bar ends, so they're all sold separately. So you could either try and get a bundle together or try and find a company that already does it together. But this is a German company, ABM. If you look them up online, I did a bit of research on them, and they do multiple different top yokes for different sort of bikes, and I think they also do handlebars as well. I'm not too sure if they do Renthals or if it's just their own kind of branded handlebars. I'm not too sure, but it's the same kind of style, you know, like the ultra low or the low and that sort of thing. And that's the look from the back as well, so you can see that there's a big difference, isn't there? So the clip-ons, you can still see where the clip-ons were at, or here. So you're generally sitting about here, aren't you? So you're from here to up here, so there's a big difference, dudes. There's an old taxi rank up there next to those windows. I might go and see if I can get parked in it, see what kind of view you can get, try and get you a decent look at the riding position. It's something I wish I'd done. I might even just try and maybe get a picture, you know, get the missus to take a picture of me on the bike, and I'll put it in the video. So there was a few things that had to get rerouted, but it wasn't any major issue, you know, tank up, reroute some cables and stuff. If you're going to do this yourself, or you know somebody that's going to do it, it's not a half-hour job, you know. Maybe if you're just switching over Renthal bars to say from like low to high or to ultra low, it'll be a lot quicker, because the whole top yoke had to come off, clip-ons were off, a few rerouting and stuff like that. It took about 3 or 4 hours, so it's a good half a day's work, maybe longer, you know. It just depends if you hit any snags or anything. I think it looks really cool. I'm really happy with it, and they really do change the handling of the bike, they really do, and it's made me a lot more confident on the bike, so I'm really happy with them. And if it's something you're looking to do, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments or get me on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll try my best to answer them. And that was where you were before to up here. You know, there's a massive difference, you know, a good maybe 5 or 6 inches, you know, and you're not there, you're kind of a wee bit further forward because of where the bars are placed, but everything's straight, you know, nice straight back, straight arms. It's really comfortable. Hopefully there's not too many people in these cars waiting to pick stuff up, and we're sitting here talking to a reflection. You can kind of see it, it's not the best window, it's kind of dirty, but that's where we would be with the clip-ons, like here roughly, and we're now way upright. So it's definitely a big jump, as you can see, definitely a big jump, and it makes so much difference, dude. I'm going to get out here because I think there's people looking at me. What is that donut doing? So there you go, dudes, that is the handlebar conversion kit. It might be for you, it might not be for you, but one thing I am glad of, I'm kind of glad that I tried the clip-ons, you know. I'm glad that I tried them and I went, yeah, they're not for me, you know. At least now I know that if we ever do upgrade bike, which, you know, I'm sure in the future we will upgrade, you know, we'll change to a different bike, but it's not going to be anytime soon, you know. There's absolutely no need to. But at least we've tried the clip-ons and I know they're not for me, so it could be the same for yourself. So this could be an option. I could sit in this all day, dudes. That's the difference it makes. It makes so much difference. Well, anyway, dudes, I thought I'd just show you the new bars. I am super happy with them. It's definitely, in my mind, the best thing I've done with this bike. I've not really done a lot with it, but it's the best thing I've done with it. But if you do have any questions about the conversion kit, feel free to ask me, either in the comments, Facebook, Twitter. But hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, guys, give it the thumbs up. I really do appreciate every single one of your likes. And of course, if you want to see all of my uploads, click on that subscribe button and ring the bell while you're there. You get notified every time I upload a video. But until next time, dudes, stay safe and take it easy.